The last time I was here, I had an eye allergy, so I couldn't go out under the sun. I was photophobic, and I had this it was just really bad. But this is the farm. Okay. This is their eating area, where they have the biggest breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You get to eat hibiscus. I'll film all of it anyway, and so that you can see. I stayed here. Because of my eye issue and problem, and because it was so sensitive, I did find that it was a little bit dusty. But it was okay. I'm gonna put my yoga mat down, because it's not easy to actually do all this. I think you can actually meditate in these. That'd be kind of cool if you meditate in them. But this is the room that I was staying in that was kind of a little bit dusty. If you come over here, this is their farm. The food here is divine, I have to say, and it's just really, really peaceful. And of course, it's only 2 hours away from KL, so it's actually kind of nice to be away, even for a while. Okay, so yeah, we can even eat these. We can actually eat the flowers. You just take them off and just eat them. Anyway, I'm gonna head back and meet the others. Have my bananas. This workshop or retreat is only from 10 till 4, and it's a Sunday. So yeah, that's it.
Raw thing has got enzyme by itself, has got vitamin C by itself. You have anything cooked, all this destroyed, you see. And then anything raw is easier to digest. If you eat your cooked food first, and then only you eat raw food, you may have bloated stomach, indigestion problem. Okay, and then here we serve this one, you see. In Malay they call ulam. Yeah, in Malay anything when they eat raw is all ulam. And this one especially has got different properties, functions. Yes, yeah. But when you eat raw, it doesn't destroy. But once cooked, everything is gone. Vitamin C, enzyme is gone. Yeah. So anything that we eat raw should be eaten before. Okay. And here, our dish, okay, salad. We put a little bit of jam, and we make our own jam because we want some sweet things to make this one delicious. Yeah. Anything you eat, if it's not nice, anything bitter, you put a little bit of sugar. It doesn't taste better, right? Am I right? But we try not to use sugar in the sense that if we eat rice, if we eat fruit, we have already enough sugar for our body function. Yeah. Anything excess is bad for our body. Because papaya, the alkaline is about 6 point something. Lemon is sour, but it is alkaline food. Yeah, lemon is only about 5 something. Okay, 5 point something. So this is more alkaline, especially on the skin. Yeah, the sap. So this sap, as you see just now, I put in the starch and water. The starch become water because it really breaks down. Okay, so this is papain. You can search on the internet. Papain can dissolve fats, can dissolve starch, can dissolve protein. Yeah, if you cook meat, yeah, anything meat, you put a little bit of papain in it. Your meat is softer, nicer to eat also. And then the protein, the fats doesn't solidify, and it is not so harmful to our body. So poisoning, people who have past problems swallow papaya. Okay, yeah, swallow. You just swallow, you don't have to chew. Yeah, especially people who has past problems, if you go to doctor only take away your these accumulations, yeah, but it doesn't detox. But if you take papaya seed, it detox, because even food poisoning, you eat anything wrong, you got vomiting, stomach aching, you vomit, you just swallow 2 tablespoons of papaya seed. I think less than 1 hour, you are well. You don't have to go for any medication. So the detox property is so great, So same thing, if you swallow, if you got past problem, it detox away your colon, get rid of your toxic, and your past weak, and then finally disappear. It doesn't come back anymore. But then if you go to doctor only take away sooner or later your past come back again. Because past is because of the over-accumulation of the toxic inside, which you can't see. Oxidant properties, but it's on the skin, mainly on the skin. So if you want, eat a little bit of the inner part of the skin, okay? We make into enzyme, okay? We must use the skin, then only it has this value, okay? Otherwise, no. So the seed of the mangosteen also can be eaten, yeah? So if you want, you can just chew, it's like nuts, yeah? Okay, so it's like nuts, it's protein, high in protein, but we shouldn't eat so much protein, okay? 10% of, like, if you are eating, let's say, 100% of your food, 10% of protein is already, yeah? We don't need so much protein, yeah? Over protein can kill a person, slowly, not instantly. Yeah, okay, so you can enjoy your food.
This is the rest of Titi Eco Farm. This is where people can stay. I think they're new, these ones. But I didn't get to stay here. I stayed on the other side, but they look quite nice. And I might take this kind of pavilion, I guess, veranda, balcony thing. I got 45 minutes before the next session. So we just finished lunch, and it was amazing. If you are a foodie, if you're a vegan, you'd love this place. I love it. I think there was a Thai green curry, there was a sort of steamed pumpkin, there was another green vegetable, maybe a fruit. I couldn't really tell what it was, and I had some tofu as well. Tofu I wasn't that fond of. Chicken I'll post it up later. Kind of tofus. Yeah, so we just took a first session, and we had mangosteen, which was probably like an hour and a half or so. And Yin Yoga is a very passive kind of yoga. It's not very active. You hold poses. You're mostly sitting anyway. Maybe lying. Yeah, you're mostly sitting or kneeling. But you're more on the ground, you're not really standing. It's really about trying to get into a pose and trying to release and trying to stretch. But we did so much hip opening, trying to open up the front of the hip and the inner thighs that we hardly touched on the outer part of my thighs. I'm like touching it right now. That is my thigh. That really hurts right now because it felt like it was really contracted all the time. So that was a little bit annoying. Yeah, and I was really tired. Oh, I see a squirrel. Anyway, so and then we had lunch. So yeah, I think the next session is going to be on the spine. So we got 45 minutes to have our food digest. Maybe take a walk, or I don't know, maybe take a nap. I don't feel like a nap anymore. I feel like I'm actually okay now. Last night I was like kind of attacked by crawling bed bugs, so I didn't really get much sleep. But I think during the shavasana, I did actually snore. Anyway, yes, that's for now. I'm back from the Yin Yoga retreat at the Titi Eco Farm. Yeah, so after the lunch, we did the spine stretches, and that was like another, I guess, 2 hours or so, or an hour and a half, or an hour 45 minutes of staying in poses. My hips are very opened, and I'm still having that kind of pain. Like there were some positions where I could not for the life of me do anymore. I just couldn't. It just ended up doing maybe some child's pose. I think the downside was I was a little bit agitated because I could not open my hips anymore, and it actually felt tighter than that morning. And I think maybe it was an overload of hip openings for a day. Yeah, and I have a feeling that also because I ate so much during lunch, I was just tired. There was just every single moment I felt like I just wanted to fall asleep and just snore away. But I made it through, and I'm glad I did, and it wasn't so bad. Definitely this Yin Yoga thing is something I should Google. a little bit more of, because I'm not too sure how it goes. Like the teacher was saying that it really helps to open the fascia if you stay there longer and you breathe in, you have really deep breaths and you stay there 3 to 5 minutes. And I kept thinking, is the 5 minutes over yet? I can't do this anymore. Why is it not over? And you think, like, after, I have been doing yoga since I was 18, and you know, I might not be completely religious on it, I won't do it every day, but I think I was pretty good. I could not for the life of me continue. But I made it through, and the conclusion is, maybe Yin Yoga is good, and maybe it's not a good idea to eat a really big lunch just an hour before the next session. And maybe not to push myself so much. Oh, it's just, like, yeah, my hip is, not my hip, but like, yeah, the side of my hip, basically. The TFLs, they're not so great right now. But I'm glad I did it, and I recommend it. I actually recommend the Yin Yoga. It was for beginners and intermediates, because I was having a hard time. Oh, and there was one lady who was saying, but you've been doing this all this time, and why are you here in the beginner's class? And I'm like, well, because no matter what, we're always students. Always. Yoga is one of those practices that is lifelong. Even though you think you know, you don't. And even though you think that you're stretched out, you're not. You're never stretched out. And in the lives that we live, we're not as flexible as we actually think we are. So, yes, forever the student. Forever the student. Yeah, and that's all I wanted to say. So, if you ever go to, I think it's in Klawang, Titi Eco Farm, even if it's there just to eat and enjoy the nature and get to meet the people who are in charge and take a farm tour, it's cool. It's definitely worth it, even if it's just for the day. The food, yes, 2 thumbs up.